Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm your host, Mythical Malice. It is Sunday, September 4th, 2022, approximately 2:04 p.m. Central Time. Hope everybody's weekend has been good so far. We are back with some more Astroneer today. And yesterday, we completed moving the entirety of the base at Aatrox. Today, we're gonna bring some more materials with us to Aatrox, and we're going to hope that it's everything that we need. But we're going to go around and start activating the alien artifacts on Aatrox, and also today we're gonna have a special guest. Fear Factor is gonna be joining us on our adventures. So that being said, let's jump in. We got some stuff to prepare before we head out. We're gonna do that first. And here we are. Okay. So, as you can see, we made another large storage. Set that there. How are we doing on our research over here? Still got like 4,400 bytes to go. We're pretty good though, pretty good. What about this one? 21. All right. Okay. So since Fehr is going to be coming with us, we need to make a different buggy seat thing. So where do I find that? Here we go. This one, medium buggy horn, and a winch. No. So we need a different rover seat here. Here we go, the large rover seat. Ooh, plastic. Bro. Okay, this one finished up. Let's do this mineral here. I want to see 50. Okay. So 2 plastic. What do we got? Plastic. Plastic is a carbon and a compound. Oh boy, I don't have any more carbon. Okay. I thought I had. Is this it right here? Yeah. This is what I want. Okay, so we're gonna go like this. We're gonna take off the drill mod. I'm going to put on the inhibitor. And then also this is getting over here. And then I had an idea of what I was gonna do. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna set them over here. We'll just do that for now. Okay, we're gonna go collect some organic. Solid stream title. Thank you. I figured it would work out pretty well. All right, so we're just gonna collect a whole bunch of organic material here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hello, free organic. I'll take that. Just finishing up, and be on in 5. Sounds good. I already got a party started, so you can just join it when you are ready. All right, and take all the organics, throw them on here. And then it's 2 compound. Okay. Oh, it's putting it on the back again. Stop that. I'm gonna wait for this last one here. Still think trees should give you again. They really should. I don't understand why knocking down the trees and stuff doesn't do that. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Because there's which planet am I thinking of? I think it's Calidor. Calidor has some really large tree things as well. And those also do not give you what you're looking for, which is annoying. Two plastic. Oh, and another comp. Here we go. Large rover seat. This is the one that we want. Here, I'm making stuff just for you. Okay. Yeah. If all three of us, you, Sushi, and myself, are ever on and playing, then I mean, you can put 3 people in this seat, so here we go. Oops. Sushi is out at the lake for Labor Day / family reunion thing. Oh, that's a lot of sneezing there. Ooh, hello, I see you. Yeah, it's in my face. Oh, I should probably replace my inhibitor mod here too as well now. Whee! Da-da-da. Fear Factor, join the party.
Yo.
Heyo. What up, my guy?
What up? No kidney stones. That's what's up.
Let's go. That's the best kind of thing to not have.
Yeah, no kidding.
What is this? Oh yeah, another large.
Are you enjoying your Labor Day weekend?
Yes, my much extended Labor Day weekend. Because I took Friday off, so.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm super excited to not go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I got tomorrow off too, so.
Heck yeah.
4-day weekend. Which also
nice.
means 2 4-day weeks in a row.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
Should I just go ahead and join you from the main menu here?
Yeah. Yep. You should be good.
All right.
I'm trying to think
On my way.
if there's anything else I should make or bring with us before we leave.
So I'm very curious. Have you watched any of the new Amazon Lord of the Rings series yet?
I have not. I'm going to wait until like the 4th or 5th episode is out before I start watching.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Hey, look at you. Were you always
Hey.
orange?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Are you not always the same color when you spawn?
I am. I just couldn't remember what you were, so.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta see the base is looking so good.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen the stuff that I've done since you left.
Yeah, not since I helped park everything down here.
Yep. Last time we were here, there was just a big giant pile of stuff in the middle of the floor.
Hey, this is looking pretty cool down here too. What is this big machine over here?
So this is a prototype module.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be an auto item sorter and collector.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so essentially what is going to happen is if you go on a mining expedition with the large rover and you come back and you have a bunch of materials on your back, you're just gonna be able to drive it over here and basically just park it right where I'm standing. And then on this platform here, there's gonna be 2 auto arms.
Yeah.
That are going to start taking stuff off of the large rover, passing it back to here. And then there's going to be an auto arm here, right where I'm standing, and it's going to pick it up off of this platform and set it on this platform. And then there's going to be 4 auto arms here, each one filtered to one specific type of resource, so it will only grab that resource if it's available.
Okay.
And then what will happen is if one of these detects that the resource it's looking for is placed on this platform here, it'll pick it up and it'll place it in one of these large resource canisters.
Nice. That's very cool.
Yeah. So then that'll just be for 4 resources. And then basically if none of these 4 pick up the item that's sitting here, there's, mind you, I said this is just a module, a prototype module. The item will be here for like a second, and if it doesn't get picked up, there'll be another auto arm over here that'll grab it and pass it on down the line. And so there's going to be, basically, from your point of view, if you're standing in the middle, all you're going to see is this giant table with 4 of these large canisters on it. And behind it is going to be all of the machinery that like passes the items along and places them in the canisters.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So then when you want to create something new, you can just come down here, you grab the resources that you need, and then head back upstairs, put them on the printer or the chemistry lab or whatever, and then you make what you need. And that's it.
Nice.
So
I've noticed that we like tether together occasionally now. I don't think we used to do that, did we?
no. So I have on my backpack here, top left, I have a portable oxygenator. So now I can make my own oxygen.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and I think it's enough to make enough for both of us.
Nice.
Yeah. So that means I can now run around in the world without ever needing to tether myself to anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah. However, it does require 2 RTGs in order to power the oxygenator and my tethering and my terrain tool.
Oh, okay.
Because the oxygenator by itself takes 1 unit of power per second, which is equal to 1 RTG, or like mini RTG. So
oh yeah, I see him set up on your backpack there.
yeah, so in order to power the rest of the stuff on my suit, I need a second mini RTG. And the sad part is you cannot craft the mini RTGs.
You just gotta find them?
Yeah, you can only find them or earn them from mission completion and stuff.
Gotcha. Look at all these. Look at all these gases. These weren't here before. Very cool.
Yeah, that was Sushi and Mai's big project the other day.
Nice.
That was a lot of work, but now I basically have
it was.
enough stuff to last me for quite a long time. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
What is this last thing on the corner here that you just picked up?
Oh, that I just put on my backpack?
Yeah.
So this and this are part of the automation update. So this first one is a button repeater. So basically, if something is connected to this, here, actually, let's do this. I put this here. So this is the repeater is now connected to the proximity repeater. If I use the button repeater and activate it, it'll activate the proximity repeater.
That's cool.
And the proximity repeater, anything that's inside of the proximity repeater. Oh, I would just put it on an infinite loop because the button repeater is inside of the proximity repeater. Let's do this. There we go. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop.
That's cool.
But basically what that does is, here, I'll use this as an example. Anything that you can activate in the game, or, you know, press Y to hold to use, if it's inside of the proximity repeater, it'll activate it. So like this little platform for extenders, I just activated that as you normally would to usually grab an extender.
Oh, nice.
But I have a plan with it for something else. And that's, I'm going to show you what that is on Aatrox. Nope, not for a horn, Mr. Russell X. But,
Infinite loop horn.
Yeah, infinite loop horn. Oh gosh, that would be terrible. While I was on Aatrox yesterday, though, I found this research module. It was worth like 7,500 bytes.
Holy crap.
And apparently the max you can get is like 14,500.
Dang.
Oh. All right, I think we got everything we need though to head to Aatrox. So,
Sweet.
let's do that. Actually, quick side thing. Do we have an open medium platform? Doesn't really look like it. Let's just combine some stuff. You take this, put it on your gun.
All right.
Disable the other stuff on your terrain tool. And then go collect a bunch of organic quick. Yeah.
So disable the drill mod and the boost mod.
Just the drill mod.
Okay. I'm actually just gonna take it off completely because I already have a soil canister on there.
Okay.
All right, organic, you said?
Yeah, just go get a bunch of organic.
I'm on it.
And I'm gonna follow you with this thing. So we need a bunch of carbon on Aatrox. So hopefully, oh dude, I'm feeding you power as well. That's sick.
That's very cool. Oh, sorry about the trees.
No, you're fine. I kind of want the trees to go away anyways, so that's fine.
A little bit of deforestation over here.
Yeah, never hurt anybody. It'll be fine. See, this is how we prevent forest fires. We just get rid of the forest.
That's true.
Okay, go ahead and place all your stuff on here.
All right.
Oh, maybe you can't do it while I'm holding it. Oh. This is cool. As long as I stand next to you, well, you won't run out of oxygen. I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic.
All right, yeah, go finish collecting your stuff. You do drain the power out of my backpack though if I'm standing too close to you while you're using your drain tool, so I'm gonna stay away from you while you're doing that.
It's fair.
Oh, I just noticed that the trees are different colors.
Yeah, they are.
There's like one with like dark purple with green accents, then there's green with purple accents, then there's green with blue, or yeah, the green with blue and light blue accents. Cool. Okay. There you go.
I think I could technically pick up a few more, but
Yeah, just fill this, then fill up your backpack again, and then just come back to base.
got it.
I'm gonna go start smelting these. Like I said, we're gonna need a bunch of carbon on Aatrox.
Sounds good.
I got a plan, but it requires an insane amount of power. I think we got the large rocket ship too, so we can carry tons of stuff now.
Heck yeah, dude. That is awesome.
Well, that one's... Throw that on there.
All right, let's see here.
Or soil canister. It's very empty. I wonder if I should make another one. Oh, let's take a look here. Is there a large soil canister? I don't think there is. I think there's only medium soil canisters. There's large resource canisters, but those are not the same. Okay. One plastic, one glass.
You want me to just add these to the smelter?
Yes, please. All right, and then when you're done there, you can get rid of the inhibitor mod
Got it.
and put on your drill again.
Do you want me to take one of these carbon off the smelter so it can continue working?
Yes, go ahead and fill your backpack with the carbon.
Okay.
Or however many carbon need to be removed in order for the medium storage thing to fill up.
Gotcha.
I need to spin out some compound, unfortunately. Oops. So I'm gonna make another medium soil canister to put on the large rope.
Gotcha. I just got another achievement for your soil centrifuge.
Oh no, am I out of... I'm out of quartz.
Uh-oh.
Well, shoot. That's gonna be a problem. I could spin some out, but kind of full.
Got another one called Do Science to It, which said synthesize an element using the chemistry lab.
Well, I'm glad I can just help you get all of these things.
Yeah, no, it's very generous of you to just give me all of these achievements for doing zero work. Alright, well I have a backpack full of carbon.
Perfect. You can take the medium platform that has all of the other carbon on it and bring it to the rocket. Just stick it on the back.
Okay.
Where is... There we go. Medium fluid soil canister. Oops.
Where is the rocket?
When you go up the ramp, it's to your left.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah. Also, if you press Y, you'll hold the storage thingy, and then you can run with it.
Oh, that's much nicer. I was trying to figure out how to do that.
Yeah. Okay. How did I make this so square underground? Extremely carefully. No,
it took a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. No, do I have one down here? I don't have one down here. I brought it to Aatrox and then used it. But if you use the leveling block...
I'm pretty sure I saw one down there.
Did you?
Yeah. Somewhere for sure.
No, I think I took the one that was... Yeah, I took the one that was down here and I brought it to Aatrox. There's a couple power things, if that's what you were thinking they were. Like
no,
power
it's right here.
But oh, over there. There it is. Okay. I forgot that I have this sitting over here. Yeah, so the leveling blocks here are really nice because they will snap to the voxel grid. And then it'll make a perfect square. Perfect level, perfect flat. And basically, so also these only work the way that you would actually want them to work when you're directly underneath an alien artifact. So if we actually go upstairs over here and I turn around and look up, there's an alien artifact up there. So, but you have to be directly underneath them in order for them to work in this way. But essentially, if you create a starting point for all of the walls and the floors in the ceiling using the leveling block, then you can kind of make them all meet in the middle. Then to do the corners, you asked about the narrow mod, and the answer is yes. You do have to use the narrow mod in order to make these corners like this. They will always round to a 45-degree angle, like you can see here. But that means you know that you have a perfect 90-degree wall compared to a floor if it meets at this 45-degree angle here. But you do have to use the narrow mod to do that. I can't even do it right now because I don't have any soil. Here we go. There we go. I am technically on the South Pole. However, you don't have to be on a pole for it to work. It just needs to be on directly underneath or right around an alien artifact. Either one of those will work.
Is the alien artifact like right where the voxel grid is?
Yep.
Whatever.
The alien
on
artifacts
plane is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, all of the alien artifacts, if you were to draw a cube around each of the planets, each of the alien artifacts is at the direct center of one of the faces of the cube, which is why the leveling block works directly underneath them, because you're going to be perfectly flat with one of the faces.
Got it.
Cool, Bill. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it took quite a while. The ramps were probably the most technical part.
Oh man, the ramps.
Yeah, because I'm
glad you figured that out.
Dude, it took so long. But the ramps, the easy way to do it is to just make them a 45-degree angle. The problem is the vehicles cannot go up a 45-degree slope. So once you drive down, you're stuck. So you have to make them at less than a 45-degree. So the next easiest angle to make, which is still incredibly difficult, is a 22.5-degree angle. I'm not going to go into the specifics of how you do it. I was actually thinking about making it like a tutorial video and posting it to my YouTube channel. So if I ever get around to that, I'll let you know. But it is complicated and it's hard to do. But you can do it, and as you can see, I did it twice because I've got two, and I'm gonna have to make a third. So I don't know if I can ever get around to it. Maybe I'll just make a YouTube video detailing how I make the third ramp. But
you know what would be cool? One of the things I actually use at my job is we can make like these design files for the dozers to push to, and it gives them essentially just like red or green on the design file as they push a ramp in that tells them if they're on grade. So like we build all our ramps at a 10% grade because I think it has something to do with federal regulations.
yeah, that's pretty steep though.
Yeah.
Because like U.S. interstate system, I'm pretty sure anything over a 4% grade has like the bajillion warning signs for trucks to like use your engine brake and go slow, and we'll have like the drive off areas for them to go if their brakes fail and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're also limited to a top speed of 35 miles an hour anywhere like in the pit.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, I think we're ready to go.
But yeah, like most all of our like temporary ramps are just 500 feet long at a 10% grade.
Okay, and I guess 500 feet isn't that long either.
No.
That's like 1/10 of a mile.
Yeah, it's really not terribly long.
Yeah.
But anyway, my thought process was, since you can like, get the
Oh shoot, hold on.
dozer blade and everything on the big rover, I was like, that'd be cool if you could just like see what elevation you were pushing to.
Oh, there is a slight indicator when you have a drill and a paver on a rover that kind of like gives you an idea of an angle. However, there's no numbers, so like it's completely arbitrary about what you want to make of it.
I gotcha.
Do you want to put this in the thing? I heard the research just finished, so I'm gonna go pop another one on.
Just on the side of the rocket here.
Yeah, you could put it on the side slot.
I'll put it underneath the carbon.
Yeah. Wherever. I mean, you're going to be riding in it, so wherever you want to put it.
It's just open to space.
No, it will close, but
Okay. I'm like, wait a minute.
okay. Just get in the seat and then we can take off. Yeah, so you don't have to be on a pole, Russell, when you do that.
Cool.
But if you are on a pole, like an actual north or south pole, then you have to be very careful with your solar because the sun will very rarely crest the horizon. So it's actually, if you're directly on a pole, it's much better to build a platform way up in the air and then mount all of your solar panels upside down, because then they'll always be facing the sun.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah, he does do that. Okay, he builds in the sky and turns them upside down. Yeah, so that's what you were seeing up above me, all of that construction that I had there, when I showed you the alien artifact. That's what that will be for. It's just that's not on my priority list at the moment. Well, it is. It's just not at the top. So. Okay. Hello. Welcome to the place.
Oh boy. It looks very green, almost toxic.
Yeah, it is kind of toxic. That is correct.
Is this rover supposed to be in the floor?
Yeah, because it's actually like one of the trash ones that you just find.
Okay.
I just decided to leave it there because it was convenient, because I could just throw some generators on it so they wouldn't be in my way. Also, I don't have a shredder to get rid of it.
2 more achievements.
Oh, you're powering everything with RTGs right now, though. Okay, nice. I just built my first 2 or 3 RTGs yesterday, so right now I have to go back and like refill my supply of all of the materials that I need for it. So it's gonna take me a little bit. You automated nanocarbon alloy to fill that amp tower and then made a bunch of RTG. That's good. That's nice. I have not gotten to that point yet. In fact, I've only activated the core of a single planet so far. But today that might change. We'll see.
Let's go.
Yeah. So for right now, take this off. I'm gonna shut this off. And then we're gonna take this and stick it on and let those cook. All right.
Jesse, we have to cook.
Here we go. Okay. We need to take this off. We take this off. Ooh.
He was just admiring the drill and the paver here. Those are very nice.
Yeah. So I figured out how to do trailers with the rover.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and essentially you just build a second rover and then connect them together.
How many times can you do that?
You can have up to 3.
Nice. Excellent.
I should say you can have up to 3 trailers.
So you can have like the main unit. So it would be like four rovers long, technically.
Yes.
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, actually, if you put your cursor over the large rover, it'll actually tell you the trade length 2 out of 4.
Oh yeah. Look at
Where's the other? Oh yeah, it's on my backpack. I was like, I had something here. Boom. Okay. I want to disable output. Think. Output. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so we got that going. We'll just stick that rover seat up here for now. Then we're gonna take this off. Actually, can you take all of the carbon that's on your backpack? And on that thing, and put it on the medium storage silo that's up here.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna get the rest of this set up here. So, Sushi and I don't know if you would call it an oopsie or just like an oversight or something. Like, I'm the one who did the math. Okay, so like, don't blame him too much. But we made 11 medium generators for this original base that we had. Mind you, I already moved this base. This base was not originally at this location.
Okay.
I did this yesterday. Why are those not interesting? Okay, whatever. But we made 11 medium generators. We do not need 11 medium generators. But we made them, so now we have them.
Nice. Dang it. Grabbing the wrong carbon.
Why will this only go here?
You want me to grab the carbon that just cooked over here as well?
Yes, and then put it on there. That proximity button makes this much easier. Yes, see? You figured it out. You understand. All right, so I think actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, put it here. That there. Can I put this here? No. So I think I can attach it there. I'll have to test this here in a second, but once you're done, let me know. I hope this should cover everything.
Let's see here. Oops, excuse me.
Ooh, free piece of carbon, I will take.
Yeah, I think there was one over there on the floor that I couldn't hold and couldn't fit on my backpack.
Yeah. Okay. So we're kind of, I'm kind of prototyping here. Like, this is a concept that I had yesterday. We'll see if it works. I think it should. Oh, thankfully, we're literally right here, so we can test it pretty quick. Oh, come up here and grab some of these research items and get them off the platform. Or you can press Y and then run with them. Or I should say shuffle faster. Not necessarily. Okay.
That must only work with items of a certain size because I tried to do that with some carbon and it just kept dropping it.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it's only the medium-sized items, which
Gotcha.
is kind of weird. Like the small ones, they have to go on your back. And if you don't have enough space on your back, you can't hold it in your hand. The medium items can't go in your backpack, but you can hold them in your hand. And then large items or greater, you just can't carry it all.
Fair enough.
And in fact, depending on the size of the item, you can't even walk. Like if I pick up the large shuttle, I can't move at all. I can only like
Oh, really?
move my cursor and just drop the item somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if you look at what I got going on over here, this is kind of what we're prototyping here. So I showed you kind of how the proximity repeater works, and basically it's anything that's inside of its radius that can be activated will be activated if the proximity repeater is touched.
Right.
Ooh, actually, can I? How do I break this? How do I break this connection? There we go. And then the button repeater. Oh, here we go. Create segment. Attach that there. Branch. And then attach that here. Aha! Okay. So the button repeater, these things, proximity repeater, anything in its radius will be activated. And then the button repeater will just send a signal to anything that you want it to, and anything that it's attached to will be activated. So theoretically, what this will allow me to do is turn on all the generators at the exact same time using this single button repeater that's attached up here on the front.
Oh, okay.
So let's test this.
And why do you need to turn on all the generators at the same time?
So the alien artifacts, each planet has a different value for how much power needs to be supplied to the alien artifact for 30 seconds in order for it to activate. Atrox is the most expensive. You need to supply 40 units of power consistently over the course of 30 seconds in order to activate the tower.
I see.
Yeah, so you think I could do this with a single proximity repeater? I was trying to, but like it didn't look like the radius was large enough, Mr. Russell. So like if I do this, like it looks like it's pretty close. I can stand it. Let's see here. Oh no, yeah, that's highlighted. Okay. No, I think you're right. Mr. Russell. Okay, let me take this one off then. No, I think we'll be good, just like this. Oh, the highlights lie? What do you mean? Okay, well, we're gonna test it here. So I'm just gonna turn this button repeater on here, and then you tell me if you see any of the generators that are not running. Okay?
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
As far as I can tell, these 4 in the back are all going.
Okay. I think we're good then. I think we should be okay. All right. So now all we need to do is go on a trip. Oh.
Look at us go.
Oh gosh. This is gonna be interesting. All right, so if we do this, need to figure out how to get the trailer to back up to the thing.
Oh yeah. Backing trailers. It's a good skill to have.
All right, am I close enough? Definitely not. Jeez. If they are vertical or on angled surfaces, the circles aren't very accurate. Auto arms too can reach to things not even close to the circle if there's extreme angles. Okay, that makes sense.
So do you just have to extend this cable plug from the back of the trailer into the artifact and then turn on all the generators?
Yep. And then we need to let them run for 30 seconds.
Alright, well, let me grab this plug and see how close I can get.
Oh gosh.
Keep coming back. Come here, plug. That should be good right there, I think. There we go.
Yep. Stick it in there. Perfect. Oh, I failed. All right, so now I'm just gonna come over here to the button repeater. Turn that on. Here we go. So a single piece of carbon on a medium generator is good for 120 seconds. Unfortunately, we already ran this for a little bit, so we're not gonna be able to get 3 full or 4 full things out of it, but it should be good enough. There we go.
Look at us go.
Amazing. So that's 1 out of 6, plus the center, which we have not been to yet.
Alright, so we just gotta do 5 more?
Yep, 5 more on the surface, and then we can actually just head down below ground, which is pretty exciting.
Heck yeah.
Especially now that we have the
okay.
rover, I don't have to do any manual digging. You just drive. It's great.
Nice. Nice. Now I understand why we brought all the extra carbon with us.
Yes, because we need to power all of the generators. All right.
I get it.
So now we can pull up a compass and we can check to see where the next closest thing is, which is this direction. Right. And this is the path that I took from the old base location. We'll actually be driving past it here.
Oh, nice.
In a second. Oh, here it is right here. This is where Lane and I were.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, we need to go back to the other base quick.
Okay.
We should both step into and save at the shelter that's there, just in case we die.
Good idea.
You will then spawn at that shelter rather than back on Silva,
That is a good plan.
which would be ideal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just saving or stepping into a shelter resets your spawn point.
Nice.
Okay. Now let's do this again. He's a beast.
I'm so glad we don't have to drive around with the little, like, rinky-dink trailers anymore.
Yeah. No, this thing is so good. And you'll get to see the paver here in a second working as well. And that thing is absolutely incredible. It's such a lifesaver.
I'm pretty excited about that.
All right, so we do need to be a little bit careful though. There are a bunch of explosive plants around and they will kill you. So I just
I
have to hope that
figures.
they also don't blow up the rover. I would be very sad.
I didn't even think about that.
All right, here we go. So here's the rover, or the paver working.
Nice.
So you can kind of see on the left side there, it's like making a bridge as I'm driving.
Oh. That's very cool.
Okay, cool. The flowers do not aggro on you as long as you're inside of the vehicle. So don't get outside of the vehicle because they will just insta-kill you. It's really bad.
It's a pretty intense terrain out here,
Oh
too.
my gosh, this is terrible. Come on, let's go. There we go. I mean, this is the only planet that's rated very hard.
Yeah. Can you drill and pave at the same time?
Yeah, I was doing it earlier.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Because we were drilling through the side of the mountain, but also it was kind of spitting out and creating the rest of the bridge on the left side. Just like I'm doing right now.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. This thing is a beast.
It's so good.
What's the... It looks like you can put an attachment on the front of the paver.
Say that again?
It looks like there's a spot for a attachment on the front of the paver.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's for. Maybe Mr. Russell knows? Mr. Russell, do you know what the one attachment point on the front of the paver is for? Because I don't. Oh, hello. There's just nothing worthwhile there. Oh, hopefully we have enough dirt for this. It's where what you harvest comes out. On the paver? Okay.
I think we have a lot of dirt. We should be alright.
Oh, my game just crashed.
Oh no!
Yeah, on the paver. Cool. So you should get kicked here in a second. That's not good.
Oh, there it goes.
Restarting the game now. Okay. Well, it's a bummer. Good thing we saved.
Yeah, that is a good thing. Oh, that's weird. Have you... So I was looking at the store just for kicks and giggles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says there's this summer sun bundle that costs 0, but when I try to buy it, it also says transaction failed.
Oh. In the store?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I see that. I am back in the game, by the way.
Alright, I'll rejoin you.
Oh, it worked for me.
I'm just not cool enough, I
I
guess.
guess not. Mr. Russell thinks it's... Oh, that would make sense. So he thinks it could be for the mod that you can put on your terrain tool that allows you to color soil.
Oh.
So you put it on the paver and then you can make Rainbow Road. Dude, Sushi and I were discussing this the other day. You could legitimately make Rainbow Road.
That'd be awesome.
Let me know once you load in.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay. I don't know why.
I may need to restart my game.
Okay. What's it saying?
Am I? It's not saying. Oh, there it is. It's just saying failed to connect to host.
Oh, okay.
I was like, it's not saying anything yet. Let's try that again.
I'm gonna move my butt here. Hopefully that helps with my visibility. It's like insanely hard to see sometimes because the soil canister is in the way. I am playing the Xbox version on PC, and Fear Factor is on actual Xbox. You get that when trying to connect to people using the Microsoft app on PC. Well, that is exactly what we're doing, so that would make sense. Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot. Now that we're done making carbon, I can turn the atmospheric condenser back on. Hello? Well, that's cool. Hey,
Alright, I am rebooting.
okay. I'm kind of stuck, floating in the air right now.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Alright, I should be joining.
Okay. Oh, come on. Nope. Okay, well, whenever you get here, can you come pick up this piece of debris over here, please? And maybe put some solid ground underneath my feet. I would greatly appreciate it.
Where are you?
I'm behind the shelter. You not see my little... Keep going. Keep walking forward. Keep walking forward. Behind the smelter. Look to your right. Look to your right.
I am looking to my right.
Do you not see this piece of floating debris? And I'm stuck in it?
Hang on. I don't see you at all.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wait. There you are. You're floating across the ground.
Oh, okay. Leave the game, and then I'm gonna leave the game.
Okay.
And then I'll load back in. The mod won't attach to the paver. Oh, that's a bummer. It must be an input for soil, like on the soil centrifuge. All right. So you can just put a teeny tiny soil canister on it? That doesn't seem very useful. Here we go. Okay, I'm good now. You can load back in.
Roger that. Oh. Now it doesn't show any friends in game.
Yeah, it'll probably take a second for me to pop in.
That makes sense.
Okay, I am no longer stuck floating in the void,
Good.
so that is good.
That's very important.
Yeah. I wonder why that is. Oh, what's up, PJ? Fear Factor has a cat. He likes to say hello sometimes.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Mr. Russell, though, what are your thoughts on why you can't put that mod on? Because I assume you can only put a single soil canister, and like that just seems completely useless. Also, I just realized the paper is upside down. I think it's redundant because it works without a canister, but it looks like you could run the paver without the big canister and just use a bunch of small ones. Okay, but like why? Why would you do that? Picturing someone puts a storage full of canisters on a rover. Yeah, I mean, like I could see like using like one of these like medium storage silos and you just fill the whole thing with soil canisters, but that gives you that costs an insane amount of resources to make, on top of being less space efficient than just a regular soil canister, a medium soil canister. Yeah, I guess because you need plastic to make the medium soil canister. So if you don't have a chem lab yet, you could do that, but still. All right, you see me yet?
Actually, no, it still shows you as not joinable.
Okay, let me just see if I can invite you.
I was looking at this overachiever suit that you get by completing the Exodynamic Solar System Mastery achievement. It's very fancy. It's all like all gold and silver.
No, you wouldn't be able to make a paver at that point either, Russell. Because you would still need the chem lab to make aluminum alloy and silicone rather than just plastic. Because plastic is a compound. What is a plastic? Plastic is a carbon and a compound, whereas a silicone is resin, quartz, and methane. So methane is going to be incredibly difficult to get your hands on. So yeah, like by the time you are able to make a paver, you should definitely be able to make a medium soil canister, because it's still going to be way cheaper. Not because it's the best way. It's like the worst way. Like, if I'm doing the math correctly, it seems like the worst way to do it. Yeah, I'm in the rover, by the way.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, I'm actually, let me go save.
I was equipping the drip.
Oh yeah, look at that. You got the drip. Very nice. I like the helmet. I kind of want to change my visor to that one as well.
You should. It's a cool visor.
How do I do that? Here we go.
This one's pretty good too, though. I will say.
Do I have any more suits unlocked? No, I don't. Yeah. No one can come back and say I should be able to put my small canister on this paver. And yeah, exactly. I just don't understand why you would want to do that. Like, unless it's like the most dire of emergencies. So, because like, here, because you didn't know oh, hey, look, we lost a drill or a generator.
Oh. It's a good thing we found that.
Yeah, I would have been really sad if we made it to the end and we're short a generator.
Oh, that's what that symbol is. Okay.
Oh, can you get out and back in?
Yes.
There you go.
I was like, what is this weird symbol that just came up? I was like, oh, I'm controlling the drill.
Oh, yeah, because I got out.
Yep. I like how neither of us are sitting at the steering wheel, but you're driving.
Yeah. Oh, I should also pull up my compass so I know where I'm going. Here we go. All right, instead of taking the roundabout way this time, I'm just gonna head straight for it. I don't even care.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yeah. I've got all this stuff, might as well use it.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
Ooh. We can't take that. We don't have space for it, unfortunately.
What is it?
It's just a research thing.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Your paver's stuck.
Oh, this plant right here.
Oh. I really would have thought that plant would just, like, despawn.
Yeah, I did as well, but apparently not. Only valid reason you can think of is a streamer challenge where chat says you can use medium soil. You can't use medium soil canister. Spam it off and on repeatedly while you were driving. What does that do? I really wish I could see what I was doing right now.
Can you not? I feel like I have a pretty good view.
Oh gosh. No, because in order to angle the paver, you have to like move your camera.
Oh, I see.
Okay, spamming this is, you should be going full speed. Oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm having enough problems with steering. Yeah, see, I don't want to be doing whatever this is. Stop that. Easier on mouse and keyboard? Okay. Yeah. I am definitely having troubles. Yeah, like, I don't know if you have my stream pulled up right now, but like, if you would have seen what I saw about 15 seconds ago, it was nothing. I couldn't see anything.
I do have your stream pulled up. I just haven't been watching it closely. There's also a slight delay, so...
Yeah. Oh, you even set up a macro on your keyboard to do it for you? That's pretty good. Uh-oh. Hold invited to a party. Which means he got dropped from my party. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Not sure why it kicked you out of the party.
Yeah, I don't know either. What we should do though is quick both jump out of the thing and then jump back in.
Okay.
The rover. There we go. And we got a new save. What the heck? Hello? Again? No? Hello again. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Something does not like our party chat.
No, it doesn't. This was happening with Sushi and I the other day. Actually had to jump off of Xbox and get on PC.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Where is it? Oh my gosh, it's right above us. Great. Okay. Well, we'll see if I can get this easily. Oh, it kicked you out again. Okay. So we'll try something else here in a second. Let me get parked up here. Okay. I'm also just gonna leave the party and I'm gonna start my own and then see if that fixes it. Immediately dropped me again, huh? But didn't even say that you joined. I just sent you an invite. And it's not saying that you joined. Try sending another one. Maybe it's you. Okay. I'm also in a party. Like I have one created. I don't know if you just want to try joining the party and see what happens. It doesn't show that I'm in a party. Interesting. Okay. Let's see here. Party. Let's try this. Okay, I just sent you an invite. But we also have to deal with the 15-second Twitch delay for him to be able to hear me say that. But although he should get the invite immediately on his Xbox. Okay, and he's not joining, so I'm assuming that he either didn't get it or just immediately kicked him. Let's see here. Do you happen to be in the Xbox Insider? Oh, it shows that you joined. Okay. Yeah, it does not show. Oh, and then it said I left. Okay, yeah, like it doesn't show me here at all, or show you here at all. Are you in the Xbox Insider program? And can you use Discord? I can jump in the Discord chat, and then if you can jump in the Discord chat, or sorry, Discord voice chat, not just text. Yeah, it's a whole process right now though, because it's still in beta. So I'm in Discord right now. I'll let you figure out what you think the best course of action should be. Meanwhile, I have to get a ton of soil collected here to get this working, so give me a little bit. At the Astroneer menu, they've failed for you. There's a voice chat in the Astroneer menu, because like he's still in the party here in the game. It's just the voice chat. Yeah, he's in the game. It's just the voice chat. Like Xbox Party Chat is having problems right now. Yeah. So I also prefer Discord, except like I said, he's currently on Xbox, so the only way to use Discord would be to... Oh gosh. To do that would be to come on. Be in the Xbox Insider program, so you can have that set up. Yeah, on his phone. This is such a pain. Oh, actually, you know what? I got a better idea. Let's do this. I can do this instead. This is gonna be so much easier. Let me collect all this soil first. There we go. All right, and then all we need to do is take this off, take that off, and then connect the front. This makes a lot more sense on how it should work. So you are in the Insider program, but you don't have the Discord option yet. This hasn't rolled out to all insiders yet, according to what you found. Ah, bummer. Okay. Just get on voice chat from your phone. All right, sounds good. There's the paver. I was like, where did my paver go? All right, that was way easier to just pull up to the front, take my drill and stuff off, and then try again. All right, origin node. Equator 1. Equator 3. Okay. All right, he's gonna get on voice chat on his phone. If you can hear me right now, can you jump out of the seat and then get back in? So, I'm currently unable to drive. Oh, see Fehr in the Discord voice chat.
I am in voice chat.
Oh, hello, welcome.
Oh,
You made it.
I did. I just don't have stream pulled up anymore, but that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Can you jump out of the seat and then jump back in?
Yes. I just have to navigate back to the game here real quick.
Okay.
All right. Out and then back in, you said?
Yep. There you go.
There we go. Oh, nice. I see you've already activated this one.
Yep, I found a much easier way to do it other than backing up to it. So,
Oh, good.
yeah, you just drive up to it, take off your drill and your paver, and then connect the cord there instead.
That sounds much nicer.
Yep, it worked a whole lot better.
Good deal.
Now you can't get anything to attach to the paver. It's like cosmetic. Oh, one of the plants did shoot at us. Okay.
Well, good thing we're fine. How did you even notice? I didn't see anything.
What was that?
How did you even notice the plant shooting at us? I didn't see anything.
You could hear it, and then it also exploded.
Ah, gotcha. I have the game volume turned down.
Oh, okay. You can lay pavement with just a small canister on the back of the rover, but you can't attach the canister to the paver itself. And he only made it about 20 feet. Okay. So, yeah. I wonder if the wiki says anything about it.
Oh, I heard that one.
Yeah, that was loud. So I think it's going to be kind of funny if Aatrox ends up being the first planet that we fully activate, because it's the hardest one in the game.
Well, if you do all the hard stuff first, then everything else is easy, right?
Supposedly, yeah.
I've noticed we're picking up quite a lot of organic material on our way here.
Yeah, which is kind of okay, because that means if we run out of carbon, we can just teleport back to the main base, cook it all up, cook up the organic into carbon again, and then teleport back.
Yeah, we really wouldn't even have to do any mining.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, we are going pretty slow because I'm running the drill in the paver, but whatever.
Oh, that's alright.
Mr. Russell in the chat here was saying that if you rapidly tap the button that turns the drill in the paver on and off, then like you go full speed. But
Oh yeah.
like I cannot see a thing when I'm doing that, so I just didn't.
So can you attach smaller soil canisters to the medium-sized ones for like expanded storage?
I don't know why you would. So the medium storage things that are currently on the rover, they hold 32 soil canisters worth of soil.
Gotcha.
So like just adding a single other storage canister would kind of be pointless.
I'm just seeing these like blue holograms on top of the soil containers, and I had no idea what those were supposed to be for.
Oh yeah, that would be for if you that shot at us. That would be for if you are trying to put stuff into the soil canisters.
Ah, okay. I see.
Yeah, and that's what you would use to like automate like a soil centrifuge thing. Oops, I pressed the wrong button there. Let me get the angle right here. There we go. I think this should be good now. Yeah. All right, now we can get out. Just take these off.
Make sure I don't throw them into the pit or something.
Yep, stick them there. All right, so then we take this cable, plug it on the front, and then turn the generators on, and off we go.
Nice.
There's a button that zooms out. What is the button on controller? I need to know this. I think it's on the right hand. Okay. On the right stick. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a beautiful. Yes, it's right. It's a right stick, like right click, right on the right stick.
Is it a game changer?
It is. Yeah. Yeah. It's not right bumper. Right bumper is how you turn the drill and the paver on and off. Oh. All right, cool. So, let's come back here. Go ahead and grab all of the organic that you can.
10-4.
Oh, grab that one. And then we need to teleport to Bright Node Surface Elevation 3. I think that's the correct one. Yes, it is.
Bright Node Surface Elevation 3.
Yep. You can also go to settings and change the FOV to 10 or 15, and it's always a little bit more something zoomed out. Oh yeah, I do have FOV set to 10 already, something like that. So yeah, then just cook up the organic that you have.
You got it.
Oh, dude, the right stick also works just like normally. You don't even have to be in a vehicle. Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, just clicking the right stick to zoom out? Yeah, it does. That's great.
Yeah. If you just put the organic on the side table, it'll pick it up automatically.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. It will autofill itself.
That's handy.
Yep. All right. So I think all of that carbon should be good for you. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stick to this zoomed out mode from now on. This is awesome. Why am I using controller on the PC anyways? Because I also play on Xbox sometimes, and it's way easier to just learn the Xbox controls instead of having to flip what buttons I'm using anytime I switch platforms. I kind of would like to use mouse and keyboards for if I were to actually make a couple tutorial videos on some things, though, because then the mouse cursor is much easier to follow. And so if you're trying to show people how to do things, it's much better. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick that one up.
I'm guessing there's not anything in the backpack that you can make out of carbon.
I don't think so. But I think we have enough carbon to go the rest of the way. Oh, why do you still have the inhibitor mod?
That's a great question. I just realized I still had it.
Okay.
I was like, oh, probably don't need that.
No. All right, so then we want to go to surface elevation 4.
Got it. I like how all the stuff on your backpack disappears while you're teleported.
It just vanishes and you have a panic attack. You're like, where did it go?
I almost did the first time we teleported. I was like, where's my stuff?
Yeah. All right. Now just throw all the carbon back on the thingy.
You got it.
And that should be enough carbon for the rest of our trip.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize there was so much more organic on here. Like filling
Yeah, there was,
the empty slots all over.
there's a fair amount of it.
Okay. Well,
I'm
looks
not
like
sure there's any more places to put carbon.
nope, there isn't. So that's fine. The generators will pick up more carbon soon anyways, so
Yeah.
we're just going on a driving trip here though, so that should be fine.
As soon as it lets me get back in the truck. There we go.
Oh yeah, driving like this, much better.
I bet it would be.
All right. And again, we just drive in a straight line. Because now they didn't used to have a compass in the game, but now that they do, like I can see exactly where the next one's at.
Well, we should have enough. Should have enough dirt in the paver to just keep going straight, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can make a whole train of rovers and set up a soil centrifuge with dirt and smelter and generators using auto arms to move the stuff around. Absolutely. And just basically make a like an entire mobile base. You probably wouldn't be able to put like a chem lab on it or anything, but you probably wouldn't need to. But yeah, you could just throw a centrifuge and a smelter on it and just go to town.
That would be pretty cool. I like how we're just leaving a trail of organic behind us.
We'll never have to worry about organics again.
Yeah, now we can just follow our breadcrumbs back there and pick up like 50 of them.
You can have up to 4 rovers, yes. The only problem is you would also need to have enough power.
Gotta have the juice.
Yeah. So like if you put 3 trailers on the rover, you would probably need to have one of the trailers completely dedicated just to providing enough power. I do have 11 medium generators.
yeah, you could probably power quite a bit with all those generators.
Yeah, because the generators do 9 units of power each.
It's pretty good.
That's a lot. Wait, there's a large silo that can hold 12 medium generators? What the heck?
Dang.
That's insane. Meow.
Oh my goodness.
Getting some air.
I forgot what top speed in this thing was like.
All right, we need to chill out a little bit here. Here we go. All right. You want to hook it up?
Sure. Oh, I had it. Plugged in.
All right, so after this one, we only have 2 left.
Nice.
The South Pole and the North Pole.
And then the core, right?
And then the core, yeah. But the core does not require power to start.
Oh, okay.
The cores always require a resource.
Gotcha.
And I think,
I remember you telling me that.
yeah. And I think Atrox is the most expensive resource, which is a nanocarbon alloy.
Nice.
All right. This same silo too can fit on the spaceship. Okay. All right. So let's just go straight north. I have to sneeze.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. And then what we can do is we'll just go straight north, and then once we're done up north, we can just turn around and drive back at full speed on the path that we dug.
Heck yeah. We'll be cruising.
Be cruising. Stop shooting at us.
Can the rover be destroyed? Because there's been quite a few of these plants that have shot at us and nothing has happened.
Yeah, but they missed.
That's fair. Some of them looked like they definitely should have hit us.
It can be destroyed, yeah. I'm pretty sure anything in the game can be destroyed.
Okay, fair enough.
If that happens, I'm just gonna Alt F4 that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It would really suck to have to rebuild everything on the rover and the rover itself.
Alright. Just gonna go straight across this chasm, because I don't care. Also, if you pull your compass open right now, you can see there's tons of exo caches all around us. Holy cow.
Wow, yeah, I do see that. Oh yeah, did you watch the new Overlord last week?
I think so.
You remember the guy at the end of it that showed up in that what looks like a red Gundam suit, essentially?
Oh, yes, yep.
I was gonna say, tell me that wasn't another player, because I'm like absolutely convinced that it was. Because the dude had a gun.
Yeah, like, well, it was either that or I thought it was another one of the main character's, like, super convoluted plans where he just introduces a new fake character. Like Momon or whatever the...
Oh, yeah.
That dude is.
It could be, but I honestly don't think he thinks that far ahead.
Okay.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Tried to drive to De Solo once and it didn't work. Yeah, I saw somebody posted to the Astroneer Reddit the other day. They found a glitch where they like launched themselves into the air. And they actually landed on a different planet.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they got themselves stuck in a rover seat that was then like wedged between a wall and like a different piece of equipment.
Wow.
Oh, yes, look to the left. Look to the left.
What is that? What am I seeing?
That thing is the best single power source in the entire game. I'm getting out. Oh, I don't have a beacon. No.
The wrecked solar panel thing here?
Yes. Also, I'm gonna grab this here. Because this was worth like 7,500 research points.
Nice. Well, I mean, it's on our path, so it's not like we won't be able to find it again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We will definitely want to get that at some other point. But it's a giant solar panel. It provides 64 units of power.
That's pretty insane.
So, yeah, 64, Mr. Russell.
That's a lot of power.
It's insane. Unfortunately, Aatrox has very little sunlight, but if you could, so you have to get the winch. You have to put the winch on a vehicle, and then you have to drag it back to your base.
Oh my god.
However, once it's there, if you get it set up properly, so like it's in the best position for sunlight, as long as the sun's on it, it's 64 units of power, which means you can run a single unit or a single piece of equipment for every single piece of equipment in the game all at once off of that one item.
That's a lot of power.
Hello? There we go. I was just like watching my compass and like we were like directly on top of the alien thing, but I couldn't see it. Oh, hold on.
You need to, yeah, come up just a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
There we go. Okay, I am ready when you are.
Plugged in. I really enjoy the purple, like, geometric pattern that's on all of the parts of the alien artifact.
It is very cool. I feel like it makes it feel alien from an artistic perspective because it's so much different than anything else in the game too.
Yeah, for sure.
They did a really good job of keeping them separate.
I agree. I also like that the odd stone is basically just a D20.
Well, Mr. Russell, like the amount of sunlight that you get doesn't change, right? It's just the amount of time that the sunlight is actually there during the day.
While you're driving, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Okay. I just got to make a U-turn here, and then we'll be good. The value is set on each planet. Aatrox is low. Yeah, but I thought that just meant that it has a very low amount of sunlight during the day. Like you just won't see the sun very often. Not that the power of the sun is any less when it is shining. I do like that we now have this very long road, so I can just do this. Okay, the power is less. Okay. Interesting. All right, well, if you get that thing on Silva, it'll give you 64 units of power. And I think there's one on every planet. So it's free power, which is super nice. It just takes forever to get it into position and ready to go and all of that stuff. All right. So now we just head south. To the last one. The amount of time you see it can be 100% if you build up above the clouds like you normally do. Right, like if you went to one of the poles and then flipped it upside down. So So when you did that on Atrax and he wasn't getting the power, you did testing in math. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Oh, look at all this ammonia that I'm just absolutely destroying. That sucks. Okay. Oh, we came out of that mountain at like a really weird angle. It was strange. Solar array is supposed to make 14, but you were getting 4. On Glacio, you get 3.5. Silva gives 14 to 14. Calidor gives 21. And to Solo and Novus gives 17.5. Okay. I see it. There it is.
Oh, good. Looks like it came back just in time.
Yeah, almost there. I do like that it seems like pretty much all of these alien artifacts on the surface here, so they're surrounded by these planes or whatever, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's definitely really cool.
So like if you didn't have a large rover and you were going around just playing on the easy mode, it wouldn't be too bad.
It could certainly be worse. So I know there's the plants that shoot at us, but I've also noticed these big, like, palm leaf plants or whatever they are that unfold whenever we get near them.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to find out what they do, and part of me doesn't.
I'm not really sure what they do. They're called spew flowers. So
Okay.
take what you will from that. Here we go. I do have a mutant version back at the main base on Silva, but because it's a mutant version, it's non-hostile, so I don't actually know what they do, and I also don't want to find out what they do.
Alright, we are hooked up.
Yep. It's kind of a dumb way to do the solar too, because Atrax is the closest planet, but even above the clouds getting sunlight 100% of the time, it sucks. Yeah, that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me either, that Atrax is the closest planet to the sun in this system, but it gets the least amount of sun.
There must be some really dense clouds.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure. There we go. Okay, we have activated all of the surface ones.
Heck yeah.
Well, that is awesome. Mr. Russell, can you confirm for me the item that is needed to activate the center of Atrox? I think it's a nanocarbon, but I'm not sure. Also, you can get back in.
Oh, okay.
But the value should be able to change above the clouds. Agreed. Yeah. There we go. All right, and now we just go straight back to base.
Heck yeah.
So, because, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a nanocarbon alloy that we need, which means we need to go back to Silva to make one.
Gotcha.
It's not nano, it's helium. Ooh, and that's actually good because we can just do that ourselves right away. I like
Heck yeah,
that.
dude.
Is it just one helium or is it more than that? Takes 2 full canisters. Okay. I think I've had the atmospheric condenser running this entire time, so if we're lucky, and I didn't forget to turn it back on, we should have helium waiting for us when we get back to base. I really hope I turned it back on.
I bet you probably did.
Okay, we'll find out. We're almost there, so...
I'm kind of excited. The Arizona State Fair is coming up at the end of September, and I don't think I've ever gone before, so I'm kind of excited to go and check that out.
Ooh. Is there anything like particularly special or different about the Arizona State one compared to other state fairs, or just
No, I don't think so. It's just
Okay.
more the fact that I've never been there before.
never been to that one? Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. When is that one?
September 23rd to October 30th.
Wow, that's a long time.
It is, yeah, it's a long one. I didn't
Dang.
realize it went that long. When is the Minnesota State Fair?
I have no idea.
Fair enough.
And I would Google, but I'm driving.
Yeah, no.
Don't text and drive, folks.
Yep.
All right, made it home. Well, that's good.
Good to be back home.
I have to drive around everything. Give me a second. Is that actually on? No, it's not. Shoot.
Oh, you meant the one here. I thought you were talking about the one at Silva.
No. You can't collect helium from Silva.
Ah, okay.
Bummer. It was not running. Oh, but there's enough in this canister that we can just make some.
Nice.
So we should be good. All right. That means, though, that we can take everything off of here.
Where do you want to put it? Just anywhere?
Well, yeah, the generators can all come off and just be like set off to the side.
Alright.
We'll probably never use these again, unfortunately.
Can we take the carbon off of them, or is it attached?
Once it's been used a little bit, it is no longer able to be removed.
I kind of figured that would be the case.
Yeah. Okay. We can take that off. That off. That off.
Pick up that one random organic just so it's not taking up a spot.
All right. I won't need these repeaters anymore for right now. This can get set down over here quick. We'll just let that go.
Oh wow, that's cool. I didn't even know you could do that.
What?
Just like put the big storage thing on the smelter and have it just go.
Oh yeah. I love doing that.
Did you want the smelter to be running or no?
Just let the... Oh, it can now, yeah. I actually grabbed one of the... You can start it. I grabbed one of the generators, and I'm powering the rest of the stuff now.
Gotcha.
There we go.
That's weird. Oh, there it goes.
Okay. Let's grab these medium storage thingies and stick them on there. I'm gonna take the carbon off of here. Put it on this other one. And save for fun.
Good idea.
All right, don't need this compound, so for now I'm just gonna set it here. Oh. Also, actually, here, let's grab these, put 2 on each platform. Oh, the other one. Just grab this one. We can turn it on.
Do you want one of these ones in the middle here to be turned on or not yet?
They already are. There's just no carbon on them. But if you take this medium storage platform and you go like this, it'll automatically place 2 on the generators.
Well, look at that.
And now they're off to the races.
Nice.
Yep. All right, go ahead and turn off the 2 that are right next to you. I'm gonna turn this one on quick just to finish off the one that it had. Go. Then we stick it on there and it fills them both up. Oh, here, you can put it on.
I was like, come back. There we go.
that one off, turn that one off. Right now I'm just trying to get rid of the carbon, so there we go.
I gotcha.
All right, and then we can like a little bit more evenly stack this carbon as well.
What? No, we don't do anything for aesthetics around here.
There we go. Okay, good enough. All right, so that should be good. So now we're gonna grab medium storage silo. We're just gonna throw it back on here. Yeah, let's put it there for fun, I guess. Actually, if we move this up here, then we can put this here, and it probably won't be in my way while I'm trying to drive.
It should be alright, now that you can zoom out.
Yep. All right, any other things we want? How about this single thing of dynamite?
Why not?
Just in case we find something interesting. All right, and then lastly, if we just come over here and we come to this medium gas canister that has the helium in it, if I enable output, it'll spit out 1 helium and 2 helium.
Nice.
So now we got the 2 helium on my backpack.
Heck yeah.
So
Need 2 helium?
what was that?
Is that all we need? Is 2 helium?
Yep, 2 full canisters of helium.
Sweet.
Because each canister of gas has 5 charges in it, so you need.
Okay.
Mr. Russell was kind enough to inform me that we needed 2 full canisters.
What a bro.
All right, so now should be able to just jump in the rover, and we can just head straight down to the core of the planet.
Let's do it.
This is gonna be exciting. Have I gone to the space object yet? Which one? Because I've seen 2 of them. I have gone to the unidentified space object. I have been to that one. All right, I think this right here would be a good spot to go down.
Seems like as good of a place as any to me.
Yes, I could teleport to it once we get this core activated. So the reason why I wanted to empty the storage as much as possible is because we will run into resources like this aluminum right here, and now we can just store a bunch of it on the back.
Yeah, I can see why that would be. I can see why that'd be really nice to have.
Yeah. So then when we head back to Silva, we can just take all of the resources that we collected with us.
Makes sense to me.
And then I'm slowly driving in a corkscrew pattern, because if you go in a straight line, you will no longer be like headed towards the center of the planet because of the way that circles work.
Yeah, that tracks.
Ooh, what element is that?
The red stuff?
No, the thing to the right of us. It's a little orbiting thing. It has a symbol on it.
Oh, is it glowing slightly red? Oh, the thing right next to us?
Yes, the thing right next to us.
Gotcha.
That takes helium, so we should remember that.
I will remember that.
Because there's going to be... Those things are extremely valuable.
Okay.
I think one of those things is the one that you can get the 14,000 resource cube thing from.
Ah, nice.
So definitely want that if we can grab it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, this place is cool. I don't know what those tentacle things are, but they look dope.
I agree.
Here's a lot of quartz. Yeah, if you're not correct, Mr. Russell, it's fine. It'll be quick to just drive back up and then go back to Silva, make whatever we need, and then come back. So if it's not helium, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely not the end of the world. All those resources we're collecting.
I can't look because if I look behind us, we'll make a U-turn.
Well, don't worry, I'll look for you.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Oh, we have found the entrance.
Very cool.
Okay. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Do you have tethers? You do have tethers. Good. All right. You're going to make sure we don't die. All right. Your job. Okay. So the way this is gonna work is I'm going to not be able to dig through here because I don't have a level 3 drill on my thing. Oh no. That's gonna be a problem.
On your terrain tool?
Yeah.
Oh, because your drill mod's only like level 1.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Shoot. Yeah, we'll have to drive to it. That sucks. I didn't want to because like gravity is all funky down there and it could cause problems. All right, so never mind. Get in.
You got it. I mean, how much work would it be to just go make a level 3 drill mod?
It would be some work.
Okay. I guess if it's more work than driving to it, then it's probably not worth it.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do instead is this, whatever this is.
I would call this controlled descent.
It's flying with style.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I think this is good enough. We can just walk the rest of the way.
Oh,
Hey, welcome to a core. Gravity is weird. We're just gonna go this way. And then careful when you jump. Oh. Okay, you landed on the ceiling. I will join you. Okay, so welcome to the core of a planet. Every core of the planet is a little bit different, and requires a different resource in order to activate it or to collect the item that you need. Wait, what? Oh no. What do we need? What do we need, Mr. Russell? Because this does not look like the symbol for helium. I think this is hydrogen, is what this is. Isn't this the symbol for hydrogen? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's got one atom
It's
instead
got
of
one
two.
atom, so it's hydrogen, because helium is 2.
Yep.
No. Okay, that's fine. We made our way down here. Well, we gotta go on an adventure back up to the surface.
How do we get back to the car?
We need to find the pillar that it was on first. None of these ones. Mind you, you can... Ah, here it is. Found it. Fun fact. You can run up the wall to the ceiling. And it's fun. Okay. We do need to go back, though. Okay, where did it go? There it is.
Oh, that hurt a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes you'll take a little bit of damage. Also, just one thing of note, usually the interior of the core will provide you oxygen. So, however, this area that we're standing in right now does not. Wait, where'd you go?
I'm here. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Are you at the truck?
Kind of.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I think the easiest thing to do is to just get in the seat. There you go. All right. So now I need to figure out how to turn around. At least you didn't struggle your way through making 2 nanocarbons. Oh my gosh. I don't even think I have enough resources to make 2 nanocarbons. Oh, have I told you what the recipe is for a single nanocarbon?
No, but it sounds brutal.
Yeah, so nanocarbon is made from 1 titanium alloy, 1 helium, and 1 steel. A steel is made from an iron, a carbon, and some argon gas. The titanium alloy is made from titanium, nitrogen, and graphene. The graphene is made from graphite and hydrazine, and the hydrazine is made from 2 ammonium and a hydrogen.
Ooh, lot.
Keep going straight with the pavers so you keep traction. Yeah. I'm just gonna attempt to make... a U-turn here.
You've got about a quarter of a soil canister of dirt left.
Oh yeah, that is really not good.
Can you pave back to the track we came down?
That's what I was trying to do, but it won't let me. This is gonna be a problem. All right, do not get out of the vehicle no matter what happens, okay?
Yup, you got it.
Because if this goes poorly, I'm gonna have to Alt F4. But if you get out of the vehicle and try to get back in, it's gonna save.
I think you got it.
I think I got it.
Somehow.
I think I got it.
Oh my goodness.
If you mess this up, you might just get an achievement. Is there an achievement for getting a vehicle into the core? Uh-oh. I hate this because gravity is so messed up around here that it keeps trying to pull your vehicles in like different directions. Get a winch? Well, if I get a winch, I guess kind of. Come on. Why are you stuck? Here we go. No, don't. No, no.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Oh boy. Catchy.
Okay.
I think you did it.
I think we got it. Oh, oh,
Ooh.
oh, oh, oh.
I mean, you have enough paver left to like make yourself some safety berms if you need to.
Yeah, but I don't want to mess up the path that we have.
Oh, just kidding. You have like 0 paver left.
Yeah. I think we made it though. We got it.
Yeah, I think you're good.
There's a 10-second hang time achievement. Really? Okay. All right. We're good. We made it.
Excellent driving.
Whoa, that was weird gravity. Okay. All right, we're good. This means though that we can open up that helium thing that we saw.
True.
That'll be nice. Is the trailer still attached?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Chip. I can still see it.
Okay. All right. Well, that was fun.
That was fun. That was an adventure.
Here it is. Okay. So all we have to do is take the helium off my backpack and stick it in the thing.
Ooh.
Then we get a free research item.
Achievement get.
Oh, did you get one?
Solve an exodynamics research aid. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. We're just gonna take that and stick it on the back. All right. If you get in first, you can drive if you want to drive all the way back to the surface.
Yeah, sure. Oh boy.
There you go. All right. Just do not press right bumper.
Got it.
That's what turns on the drill.
I see what you mean about it being impossible to see.
It's quite difficult.
Not all of my road has loaded in fully, so I'm taking this as it goes.
It didn't load in for you? That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, the texture, for whatever reason, everything is just like popping in as we drive.
Like, we're not moving that fast, but still.
No, we're really not. It's just not rendering it for some reason.
Okay. And here we are, back at the base.
We made it.
All right. I'm gonna jump out here. What is this one? Medium gas canister. Okay. So I'm gonna change this one to hydrogen. Just kidding.
Nice.
There's not enough hydrogen on this planet, so that we have to go back to
Silva.
Silva.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh well.
Such is life.
Am I focusing on the mission to activate all 7 cores? Kind of. I've been kind of just dinking around on Aatrox for the most part, I guess. But okay, so what we can do here is take this off. We did not get as many things as I thought we were gonna get.
No, outside of that initial clump of resources we drove through, there really wasn't that much.
Yeah. You can actually just mostly put resources or like the research things back in the shuttle. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Do I need to put the seat back in the shuttle?
Seat's already in the shuttle.
Oh, is it? Oh, this must be an extra.
Yep, it's a different one. There's a lot of content you will miss if you just go around activating cores, unless you want to play through the game multiple times. Oh, okay. I I do know that we'll need to at least do the pets. Okay, like if we look at the mission log, I need to finish the pets. I only have one pet so far. I need to finish the train stuff. Need to place a shelter or a landing pad on DeSolo and Novus still for this one. I only got 13 more schematics to unlock, so that's not a whole lot. It's 13 out of 100.
Oh yeah, that's not too bad.
Mm-hmm. Echoes of the past. Ooh, unlock and print a probe scanner. I can do that right now. Where is probe scanner? Here we go, probe scanner. A steel. Oh, we'll have to do that back on Silva as well. All right. We can head out.
Let me climb into the old rocket here. Is the rocket orange now? I feel like it wasn't.
I think it's just the color of the atmosphere.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So here's the unidentified satellite, Mr. Russell. I think it's Glacio. Glacio has, wherever it is, here we go. If we were to go to Glacio and, no, that's not it, never mind. I think it's Visania and Novus. But if we were to go to Visania and Novus, there is something else that's just like floating above both of those. Don't know what it is, but it's just there. All right, here we are, Silva. This is just focusing the solo missions. There's a special icon on the compass for it. Plus, get all the pets. Okay, I will do that before I finish activating all of the cores. I do know, or I do know that's a weird way to say that. I was planning on hold on, trying to get this landing zone selected here. I am planning on doing an entire stream where all I do is go and get all of the other pets, because that should be pretty fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty solid stream. Ow. Oh god.
Oh no.
I exited the rocket and I like in doing so jumped out like through the top and it killed me.
Yeah, I forgot that we shouldn't be putting the rover seat at the top. That's my bad. And I think you're going to spawn. Oh no, you spawned right there. Okay, perfect. I thought you were going to spawn on Aatrox.
Oh, that would have been unfortunate.
Yeah. Where's my tractor at?
No, thankfully, I'm pretty sure since we got in the seats before we left, that it's saved there.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Go ahead and grab a tractor. The other one's up top here.
Oh, okay.
Visania as well. Same as the solo, has special missions that would make good content. All right. I will keep that in mind. Oh, also, you need to collect the items from your dead guy's backpack. That's laying on the ground over here.
Oh, yep. I'm on my way.
For safety, I'm going to put the rover seat on the side over here. There we go. So we don't do that again. Yeah. But yeah, so like I was saying, I will have a full stream where I just dedicated the whole thing to going around and finding more of, if not all of the pets. And then yeah, thank you for letting me know that if I activate the other cores that it like prevents you from doing the other ones. I would have screwed myself over there. Oh, that one's worth 8,000? 8,200? and this one is worth also 8,300. Or I can just play through it again. I don't wanna. I like doing everything just in one go. But when I say everything, I literally mean everything.
All right, I'm good.
Okay. Can grab the other research thing and throw it on the tractor and then drive it down.
Do.
All right. And then whenever you get quartz, I do not recommend putting it on the smelter because some recipes require quartz, and if you put it on the smelter, it'll turn it all into glass.
Gotcha. Where would you like me to put the research things?
You can put them next to the research chambers. Yeah. It's good that you enjoyed it enough to play it a whole second time. This is technically my second playthrough because I played this way back when the game first came out in 2019. However, I never finished it. I just kind of dropped it like halfway through. I think I had like 3 of the cores activated at that point. But all right, I've got 2 hydrogens here.
Nice.
I'll take a third just to be safe.
You never know.
You never know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we should bring back with us, but I don't really think so. Oh, so you have 2 playthroughs on each platform. That makes sense. Hey, just for fun, you want an oxygen tank?
Yeah, sure.
I don't recommend that you take it because you don't need it, but
I was gonna say I already have a secondary one on my backpack.
yeah, it's my old one because I don't need it now that I have my oxygenator.
Can you put more than one secondary on your backpack?
Oh yeah, you can fill your whole thing up. You can even attach them to your gun and they'll still work.
Just breathe forever.
Yeah. I think it's like 15 minutes or something like that if you fill your entire backpack with them.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know what the tractors remind me of? They remind me of those little like airport vehicles that people drive around luggage.
Oh yeah. That's pretty good. I mean, that's essentially what I use them for too, because I land my shuttle, I drive the tractors over, I unload everything onto them, and then I drive them down into the loading bay.
Yeah, you know.
That's exactly what I use it for. The oxygen filters can fill the extra tanks also. Yeah, the oxygen filters, those are the consumable items, one-time use, and then they disappear. But they technically provide more oxygen than an oxygen tank can hold.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, you also use more oxygen when you're sprinting. But so like if you have a secondary oxygen tank, it'll go down faster if you're running.
Yeah.
However, if you are using the consumable oxygen thingy things, what am I trying to say? It is not affected by you sprinting. It'll last the same amount of time regardless.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. All right, one thing I want to check before we leave is what does it take to make a drill mod 3? A single diamond. Perfect. I know where one is.
Nice.
So I'm going to make it for myself. Sorry, there's only one.
Oh, I'm so sad.
But if I find another one, we'll make you one as well.
Are you back in the shuttle? Oh,
Oh, I thought you were also in the shuttle.
nope. That's
Hold on.
all right.
I'll come back. Hi, Liz.
What up, Liz?
Liz distracted me.
He left me behind. Oh yeah, I don't have the stream pulled up because of Discord.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can't, Liz. I can't see any of your messages because my Xbox was being stupid, and I'm
Yeah.
on Discord.
Hey, I'm back.
Okay, I'm in the seat this time.
Okay. Oh. Which name? Your name? Or her name? Aatrox, here we go. A bit too much fun with your new friend. Ah. Oh yeah, you went to the Formula 1 race today.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. I wish I had gone to a Formula 1 race today.
It's Diz is Liz. Is what it's supposed to be. Diz is Liz. It's supposed to be This is Liz, but with a D, so it's Diz is Liz.
These nuts. So are we back on Aatrox?
We are.
Nice. Oh, I got out of the chair and I didn't die.
Oh shoot, I forgot to bring that medium resource platform back with us. Oopsie.
Wait, that's right here. Or are you talking about a different one?
We had 3 of them. I brought one of them with us to Silva.
Oh, the platform. I thought you were talking about the silo.
No. I left the
Got it.
silo here.
I see.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're good.
Excellent.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna go grab that diamond quick. So there's this crash shuttle up here, if you follow me. Other way. Other
I
way.
lost you. There you are.
Behind the rover.
I was like looking for your little nameplate.
Yeah. But this crashed shuttle over here just has a diamond inside of it.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah. I didn't
Oh,
take
yeah.
it, right?
Diamond and exit chip.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Oop. So now...
It's also got a bunch of other stuff in it, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm just leaving those there until I actually have a purpose for them. So
That makes sense.
now I just have to find... Here we go, drill mod 3. Do you want a second drill mod 1? It's not going to do you any good, but...
I mean, if it doesn't upgrade my power, then I'm good.
Okay. We are both doing well, Liz. We are both doing well. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, doing a lot better than I was.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fear Factor here. Do you wanna tell?
Yeah, so I had Wednesday. I ended up taking a trip to the ER because I was in I'm just gonna say large amounts of pain. Turns out I had a kidney stone, so that sucked.
But he is better now.
I am better now. I was actually better like that day. By the time I got to the ER from work and they had like checked me in and everything, I really wasn't in that much pain anymore. And then the rest of the night was more or less fine. I was in more pain from sitting on the uncomfortable hospital lobby chairs than I was from like anything that was actually going on with me medically.
So I'm not driving right now. I'm literally just coasting.
Nice.
I actually had to tap the brakes a little bit back there because about slid off the road.
Oh, and
Whoa.
so they, I don't know if I told you, they told me to like set a follow-up appointment with urology,
Mm-hmm.
because they were like, you have one other kidney stone, but they were like, it's already so close to your bladder that you may just like pass it in your sleep overnight.
Oh.
And
Okay.
I haven't had any more discomfort since then, so I'm gonna assume that's what happened.
Yeah.
And I called the urology people on Thursday, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll have the doctors look at your charts, and we'll give you a call back. And depending on how urgent it is, you know, that's when we'll set the date for you to like come back and do your follow-up appointment." So they called me back later that day, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll get you in on like the 15th." And I'm like, "Okay." So clearly not that urgent.
Yeah. Not sure what
Which
that
is
is, but the only medical thing you know with a stone, it probably is. So kidney stones are deposits of calcium, right?
I think it's mostly calcium, yeah.
Yeah, they're like calcium deposits in your kidneys,
Hmm.
and they are incredibly painful.
Yeah, and I learned actually the pain comes from when the kidney is moving, or when the stone is moving from the kidney to the bladder, not after that. Because I assumed it would be, you know, the tail end of that process when you're like passing the stone.
Mm-hmm. You can come with me, by the way.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we needed to drop any tethers or anything, but
No, we're good now.
I forgot you had the oxygenator.
You know, Liz is not stone. That is good.
That is probably good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also much more common in men than it is in women.
Yeah, I believe that is correct. You're not stoned. Probably stoned, though.
Oh, I am floating.
Oh, where? Oh, over here. You jumped, didn't you?
I didn't think so.
Okay.
Not intentionally.
All right. So we're gonna just jump over here. There we go. All right. So we need. So once you get to a core of a planet, you have to find out what the core is asking for. So in this case, it's hydrogen.
Right.
So we're gonna stick a thing of hydrogen here,
Hey,
and it's gonna give us a thing called a geometric triptych.
that's very cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna take that, and then we're actually gonna make a second one. You can make as many as you want. I don't know why you would make more than two, but you can. I guess if you wanted to like use them as decoration for something. I think I know one woman who had a kidney stone. There we go. All right. So now we're gonna run up the wall to the other side. Whee. And so this is now on the side. You can see it has a symbol, and it matches the symbol of the triptych we just made.
Oh, nice. It does indeed.
Yeah. Oh, it's floating away. But if we put this on top, boom.
Ooh, oh, we unlocked the radiated suit.
Yeah.
Wonder what that looks like.
Don't know why people take 3 unless they use 1. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like you could use them just to like decorate the wall of your base or whatever.
That's
Chili
pretty
con
cool.
carne is amazing. Yes,
Chili con carne is amazing.
it is. It is very much so. All right, so now we've got this odd stone, just like we do on the other ones, on the other alien artifacts. And if you look at it, there's now something called a bright node or a cosmic elevation. So if you select it, you can see the bright node cosmic elevation.
I do see that.
Go ahead and teleport to it.
You got it.
Yeah, he is feeling much better now.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, the unfortunate thing with kidney stones is that all you can
Oh,
do
dude,
for them
I'm on your head.
is
Oh.
you were sorry, I moved. The only thing you can do for them is take some pain medication and wait.
Yeah, they do have. Sometimes, if you're lucky, they do have. They can break it up using like an ultrasonic machine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they have. There
Watching
is that
Ray
option. I
Silence.
think
Okay.
if it's like a especially large stone. It's probably also very expensive. So
Yeah. Liz, I'm gonna say not because of that. But more so because like he said, the pain is because the kidney stone is passing from the kidney to the bladder, not traveling through the urethra, which would be
yes.
different. So okay. So this is the one part that confuses me a little bit about this game. So you'll notice I already have one geometric triptych here.
I see that.
This is the one from Silva. Okay.
Okay.
Silva is not the closest planet to the sun, but Atrox is. However, Atrox goes all the way back here.
And the game like tells you which one is supposed to go where. Oh, I see the symbols.
Yeah, the symbols. So you just match the symbols.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You have no idea what those things are. You're not a biology girl in general. Well, the kidneys are the things that filter your blood, and the bladder is the thing that stores urine before it exits the body. And there we go. So I put it on there, and now we got a second ring.
Yeah, we do.
Around.
That's cool.
Didn't know that kidneys are something else than beans. Okay. Yeah, no. Kidneys are the organ in the body that filters your blood and turns the impurities into urine.
Come on, Liz.
Jeez, don't you know all of the medical terms in English? I can't believe you.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So what Mr. Russell was talking about earlier, though, he said, do not activate all of the cores until you're like done with the game, because apparently it locks you out of completing other side quests.
That's unfortunate. Like I would think for as open world of a game as this is, you would be able to just kind of like do things in whatever order you want. But
Yeah.
hey, at least he gave you the heads up.
Yeah, it is much appreciated. Also, there is a force field here. You cannot walk off like the side of this place, which is good.
Too bad. You know, it's a shame you can't just like take the paver and make a bridge between planets. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, you could. Oh, what if you built a base here?
Hey, that'd be pretty neat.
Yeah. So, because now that we're here, there's this odd stone, and guess what? You can fast travel to any other activated core that you already have.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna go back to Atrox here. Oh, it doesn't actually give you the name of the planet, so you have to know which one you're going to. That's we're going to the one that's closest to the sun. You call the kidney Near, and Nearstein is what you call kidney stones. Okay. While kidney stones might hurt, what hurts even more is if you have John stones. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I get that either.
John stones is a literal pain in the ass. I'll have to think about that one. I don't know if there's a translation error or if she's just drunk. Okay. Oh, I think we need to be on the other side to get to the...
I was gonna ask Liz if she was partying at the Formula One race today.
He was definitely partying at some point. Not that one. Not that this one? No. Where's this at? Oh my gosh.
When we find it, we should like pull out the terrain tool and make a little bridge or something to signify what
So
it is.
usually what I do is I just put tethers.
Ah,
Now they won't be blue because they're not connected to an oxygenator, but they will. Okay, so I think I missed it, or we are on the wrong side and we were correct the first.
you just tethered to something through the floor.
Ah, here we go. I found it. We do need to go to the ceiling. There it is. Right. You know, at least Lord McGuire. I mean,
Oops.
there's a
well.
baseball player with the name McGuire.
Where am I?
You are stuck on the side of the central thing.
There we
Hey,
go.
there you go. Okay. Okay, so then we need to come here. And then very carefully, there we go, jump onto the... Okay, so that one is done.
Great
trucks.
success.
Great success. Yes. And then you notice this time I did not drive the paver all the way down into the core.
I did notice that.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No.
What is happening?
Oh.
Oh, jeez. Are we good?
We'll be in a second. Oh, I am.
Oh, yeah.
This is bad. Okay, hold on.
This is a problem.
Okay. Do you want to try getting... Okay, I was gonna say, either you can try driving or you can jump out and get back in. Whatever you want to do.
I don't want to be the one responsible for getting this unstuck.
What?
Why is the paver sideways?
Oh, did I get it?
You did something.
No, not that. Don't want to do that.
Oh, we're moving.
Okay, let's try something else here.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Let's try going up instead of down.
If you can, like, start drilling into this stalactite, you might just be able to go straight out.
Whoa!
Do you see how the paver is on, like, a weird alignment?
Yes.
Alright. Glad that's not just me. Oh, Lord. Can you reverse? Oh.
Okay. I think we're mostly good. We just need to dig out the trailer and the rest of the rover. Okay. Let me... Oh.
I can dig the gray rock, but I can't dig anything else.
There we go. Okay. I think we're good. Now if I back this up, can you connect the...
Oh, yeah, give me a second.
There we go. All right, get in, let's go.
Let's get out of here. That was a little bit sketchy.
Yes. Oh, something's shooting at us now. Oh. Ah, there's the ramp. I see the ramp.
Nice.
Now if I can just... Oh, not get close to the thing, please.
Oh yeah, don't do that. It is not the direction we want to go.
Okay. We made it. Why is that so hard?
If we ever take the rover down there again, we should really drill out a spot to U-turn at the bottom of the ramp there.
I agree. It's just unfortunate, like, that probably wouldn't have been an issue if I had a level 3 drill when we first got here. But since I had to use the rover to dig through the ground, then yeah, it was a problem.
Well, yeah, and I mean, who knew that all we needed to do was pop up to that shuttle and you could make a level 3 drill?
Well, oh, yeah. For the terrain tool.
Yeah, in hindsight, very easy.
I thought it took more than that, but I was
That's all right.
incorrect.
That is okay.
Yep. Drunk people are pretty fun to hang around with.
Yeah, that's generally true. As long as they're not like angry drunks.
Yeah, don't want that. Although I think I've only ever met one of those in my life.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen them at places, but I've never really had to interact with them.
All right. We made it. Let's go.
Thank God.
We survived.
Feels good to be out of the planet.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, saving is probably a good idea.
Yeah. Let's see here. What do we want? Bring with, like, do I even need to bring anything else with? Are we good?
Where are we going?
So the question right now is, am I ever going to do on anything on Aatrox again?
That is a question.
If the answer is no, then we can bring like the RTG and the soil canisters and stuff back with us. If the answer is yes, then we should probably leave them here.
Are there any resources that it would be valuable to come back to Aatrox for?
The only thing that is found on Aatrox and nowhere else are gases.
Okay.
Which, as you can see over here, I have already got working.
I do see that. I see that one of them over there just pumping away.
Yeah. So it takes 20 units of power to run one of these, and I only have a single RTG doing it, which only has 4 units of power, but that's fine because, like, honestly, I don't need that much helium.
Yeah.
So that's like, this is even with its severe like 25% deficit. Our 75% deficit, technically. I will never go through the amount of helium that I have currently before this finishes.
How can you? Where do you see? Oh, the like green line around the top of the canister there.
Yep, and then also if you put your cursor
So
on the gas
negative
canister,
160.
it'll give you a status, and so it's currently 70 out of 160.
Got it.
So helium makes nanocarbon, yes. And I have like 5 or 6 canisters, or like small canisters of helium back at the base, and each canister of the small ones holds 5 charges. So helium is required to make nanocarbons. But I can, with the amount of helium I have right now, I think I can make like 30 nanocarbons.
I was also gonna say I wouldn't guess that there would be that much stuff that you would need nanocarbons for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nanocarbons are used in, I think, 3 main things: RTGs, oxygenators, the portable ones, like the one that I have on my backpack,
Yep.
and then there's one other thing. I don't remember. I wish there was a thing that showed you, like, if you could like look up a resource and see all of the things that it made.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Large canisters, which you don't usually need. Yeah. Are there extra large canisters? Or is it just large resource canisters? I think there's only large. Yeah, looks like there's only large. Large resource canister. Cool. All right. Oh man, what do I want to do? I think I'm just gonna leave this guy here as is. Yeah. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take the drill. We'll take the drill and the paver so I don't have to make new ones.
It's a good idea.
And the RTG. We'll take the RTG as well.
Yeah, might as well. Take all the really useful stuff. The rest of it's probably not terribly difficult to craft more of.
Yeah, I can bring the drill, the paver to other planets with me. And then anytime I go somewhere, I can just bring them with, and then just leave a rover on every planet. That sounds like a good idea. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Did I leave? Did you leave? Did somebody leave?
I think I accidentally disconnected briefly.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure how, because my phone screen was locked and my battery is full. But, well, unless somebody else, like, entered the voice chat and then left, I don't know.
I don't have audio cues on because I'm in streamer mode, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
That's fine.
Yeah. You farmed nano to get the cosmetics, but you probably could have used a cheaper resource. Still nice having all those things that makes nano automated machine. What do you need nano for to unlock for cosmetics? How does that work? All right. So quick note here. There's another panel here on the shuttle. If you get out and come look at this. Just like on the side that you were just in with the rover, there's another panel on this side, but it never opens.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
So it's a purely cosmetic panel, huh?
Yeah.
Bummer.
The amp tower. What's the amp tower? Mr. Russell says the amp tower. But I don't know what that is. Also, I'm using hydrazine now to launch the rockets. It is much better than making the solid boosters.
Oh, I bet. I'm sure it's a... Excuse me, I'm sure it's quite the upgrade.
Yeah. It's like a tray tower, but you get cosmetics after reaching goals. Oh, for like the seasonal, like holiday special events and stuff. I participated in that one time. Back when the game first came out in 2019. That's why I have the sparkly suit. I think that's just called the Exo Tower, though. Something. I don't have it unlocked yet in this save. There we go. Because this base is on the pole, it's incredibly hard to highlight the thing. And it's also surrounded by mountains, which sucks.
Yeah, I can see how that would make it difficult. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How much more are we going to try to do today? Because if we're going to do more, I'm just going to go take a bathroom break.
I think we're actually going to be done for today.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
we are a little bit past the 3-hour mark, so.
I wasn't sure how long we've been going. I hadn't looked at my phone in a while, so.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well,
but we also got the what I wanted to get done, which was activate all of the stuff on Aatrox. So that works.
Heck yeah, we did.
Yeah. You want to grab that?
I'll grab the RTG before I go to the bathroom. I don't need to go that badly.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna plop this on. That is still researching? Holy cow. Look at these things go.
Oh, I picked something up. Oh, jeez. I hit B to drop the item and it didn't work.
Yeah, there's no like easy button to drop the items with. Kind of annoying.
A little bit.
Really? You gonna do that to me? There we go. Okay. I think I'm gonna stream tomorrow as well.
Sweet. Same time?
I think so, yeah. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet, though. We could maybe do side quest stuff. So that we have to go to DeSolo and Visania and do a bunch of stuff. We could go back to Glacio and do the train side quests. Yeah, it is a sad day when stream time is over. But like I said, back tomorrow.
Bonus stream.
Bonus stream. Yeah, so our options for side quests are train stuff on Glacio. Let me head upstairs so I can actually look at the mission log. Okay, we have, like I said, we have the pet side quests, which I kind of want to do that all in one stream, so maybe it would help to have an extra person. I have no idea how long that'll take. Classic Chris. What are you doing tomorrow, Liz? I'm going to be streaming at the same time.
Yeah, Liz, you should show up.
Yeah. So we have pet side quests. We have train side quests. Need to place a shelter on DeSolo and Novus. I haven't even been to Novus yet. unlock and print a probe scanner, and that's a whole second side quest that I haven't even like started yet, so we could do that one. That's to find like all of the Easter eggs and stuff, I believe, in the game, something like that.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. And then prototype recovery and vertical thinking. So that's find vehicle data recorder on DeSolo and blow up a data recorder. So your compass should help with that. I should tell you where to find those. But those would be on Visania and DeSolo as well. So there's actually 2 that we have on Visania and DeSolo,
Nice.
I think. And my game just crashed. So
Oh no. Oh, that is unfortunate.
that's fine. I mean, we were done anyways, so we're good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say trains and pets both sound cool, and I'd be happy to help with either.
Cool. All right, so that's the plan for tomorrow. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Hopefully you stop by tomorrow. Like I said, 2 p.m. Central Time. That's current tentative schedule. I just have tomorrow off. I don't usually stream on Mondays, so and apparently Fear Factor has it as well. So
Sure do.
Oh.
'Cause I only work 4 days a week, and tomorrow's the holiday.
tomorrow's a holiday. Oh yeah, so that means you only get a 3-day week.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty sick.
That is pretty sick.
All right, cool. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. Hope to see you tomorrow, but if I don't, that's fine. You have a fantastic week. Until next time, Mythic out. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.